Right guys, welcome back to the horror video games. Today I'm talking about the broken paintbrushes from Layers of Fear. I feel like I wanted to talk about this element in the game because it's kind of a visual metaphor for describing the protagonist's mental state, his frustration, his backstory, and also his context as well. It's kind of telling the player that the painter is so frustrated, he's literally snapped in half hundreds of paintbrushes, and he's so frustrated with his life at the moment. And also I think it's a very rare occurrence in horror games to use objects in such a meaningful and clever way. I think these hundreds of broken paintbrushes is suggesting that the protagonist is someone who's beyond frustration, someone who is in the depths of hopelessness. And also the game is almost communicating with mental images and not words, which I think is a very highly sophisticated form of communication, and this is often how artists communicate with each other. I think the same effect could have been easily achieved by writing notes instead, but they chose to go with this very clever, sophisticated image of the broken paintbrushes. So what does this mean, being able to examine objects in such detail, and they've gone to so much effort rendering these objects in such detail? What is the function of this? I think examining this object in such beautiful detail is utterly immersive. It's almost like the player is handling the object themselves. It's an interaction with the game world, which makes it more believable and ultimately makes the game scarier. So it's not just a pretty object, the player has a greater connection to the character and a greater immersion into the game world. So these are some of my thoughts on the paintbrushes in this game. Now, I understand that looking at this video probably wasn't the most interesting experience, but I thought that I had to share my views on this very subtle, very sophisticated moment in this game. So, what do you think? Do you think these paintbrushes are interesting? Do you think they're not interesting? Please let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate your feedback. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. You can tweet me at the HorrorVG. This is the Horror Video Games, and I'll see you next time.